say to some of my neighbors, and you know who you are because I do live here on the island, that you sold me a bill of goods. When I moved here, you told me how much nicer the weather would be than it is in Ithaca, New York. And I have to tell you, I'm ready to go upstate. This keeps going on. So anyway, actually I think they got more snow than we did today, so I'm going to stay for a while longer. So listen, I'm just going to kick this off by introducing you to our team, and we have a fabulous team here tonight. And they're going to spend as much time as you'd like really focusing today on our plans for the construction of the campus. We're going to be back many times over the course of the next 2 years talking about program and all the other things that we're really anxious to talk to you about. But tonight's discussion is focused on the campus itself. So as all of you probably know, in December we actually signed a lease, and so Cornell Tech now has possession of the site, and our plans are well underway to begin construction. So that's our focus. So before we do that, I want to start by introducing a number of people. And first I want to start by saying we are so thrilled to co-host this meeting tonight with a really important group of people. And this is our Community and Construction Task Force. This is a group of individuals, most of whom have worked tirelessly over the last year or two, really to represent Islanders well and make sure that we at Cornell know what you're all thinking and what's important to the island as we move forward. And so I want to thank them after we introduce them all, or they introduce themselves, for all the work they've done and will continue to do. This is one of those no good deed goes unpunished, I think. So can I, some of the members I think are where? Yes, starting in the front. Can you stand up and just introduce yourself, starting with you, Matt?
Hi, my name is Matthew Katz. I've been involved with Cornell Interests for about 2.5 years now, and it's been a good association and continues to be.
Hi, I'm Larry Parnas. I'm representing Community Board 8.
Ellen's in the back.
I'm Ellen Pallaby. I'm the chair of the Roosevelt Island Community Coalition and the Residents Association.
Other members?
Community Board 8.
Ellen has a long pedigree. Are there other task force members here? Okay. Well, the task force, as I said, has been extraordinarily involved as individuals, and we're so grateful that these individuals have agreed to work with us and meet quarterly with us as we proceed through this process. So please join me in thanking them for all the work they've done. So I want to introduce 2 other important people before we get to our team, who are also important, that we're very grateful have joined us here tonight. And the first is Councilmember Ben Kalos. First of all, congratulations to him for being our councilmember.
Thank you very much. My name is Ben Kalos. You can follow me on Twitter as @BenKalos. It's hard to remember, I know. But you can pull out your phones and tweet about it for anyone who isn't here. And for anyone who missed the inauguration, we actually featured a little piece of Roosevelt Island. We had Jim Bates from Roosevelt Island Disabled Association, who is also a member of Roosevelt Island Senior Association, who read The Four Freedoms. And I also want to recognize Sally Menard, who did great work on bringing Four Freedoms here. And if you haven't been there, please make sure to visit. On Friday, this Friday the 7th, we're doing First Fridays. It will be a monthly opportunity for any of you to come by my office. We're at 93rd and 2nd in the old Weight Watchers. It'll be from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. And love to sit and have a conversation with any of you who want to come and talk. We're also going to be having Roosevelt Island Mobile Constituent Hours. But now for what we're really here for, which is Cornell. I was so excited to have a chance to work with Roosevelt Island and Cornell through the Euler process. I think it is great that through that process they came back with a whole 8 pages of items that they wanted to work with this community on doing. And one of those key items was barging. I think that as a member of this community, I think we can't have enough barging. We'd like them to barge as much as possible. And I was so excited when I got to see the barge out there, and I know from so many of you who called and let me know how excited we were to see that barging. And yes, let's give them a round of applause, they deserve it. So, thank you. You know how expensive and much more difficult barging is. I also want to thank Ellen Pallavi. I worked closely with her during the ULERP process, and she will be my appointee to the task force. And with her various roles that you all got to hear, I think she's going to do a great job for the community. And I just look forward to working with all of you and Cornell to make sure that Cornell is doing everything they said, and I think they will, and that the city is providing all the services that you need. I want to make sure I introduce my Roosevelt Island director, Joe, if you want to just give everyone a wave. And our number is 212-860-1950. Joe lives on the island, so you can just grab him anytime you see him, and he'll be available. And I'm here as often as I can be. So it's my honor and privilege, and look forward to representing you for the next 3 years and 11 months.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Now, before you go, we have to give you a special thank you that I just discovered it's a council member's birthday today. So we won't regale you with song, but happy birthday. Thank you for coming. Now go have a nice dinner with your wife. Okay, the second person we're just delighted and honored to have here is Deputy Borough President Aldrin Bonilla, who's here representing Borough President Gail Brewer. So will you say a few words?
Good evening. I just wanted to let everyone know that we reappointed Christina Delfico. I'm sorry, can everybody hear me now? We reappointed Christina Delfico to the task force on the Cornell Tech Project Community Construction Task Force. So she's a long-time Roosevelt Island resident and very active in the ULERP process, and I know many of you know her. And also, I'd like to mention that we're involved in many of you heard of the Vision Zero plan that Mayor de Blasio is working on. That during the last 2 weeks we presented a variety of different hotspots throughout the borough of Manhattan to the task force for consideration in terms of traffic calming and pedestrian safety measures. And we're working on a variety of different, right now we're in the middle of the community board appointment process. The deadline was February 1st. We've received over 400 new applications, and about 80% of the current board members throughout the borough applied for reappointment. So we're ready to begin that process of selection. And more importantly, we're here to stay throughout the meeting to be able to hear your comments in the town hall meeting, which we're very concerned with. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I also understand that Breeze Pear from Assemblymember Pelter's office is here. Thank you so much for coming. Okay, on to the main event. Let me start by introducing members of our team. We have just a wonderful group here tonight. I'm going to start by one of the newest members of our team. We are thrilled that James Swanson has joined us in a really key role for our campus. We're going to see a lot of Jane on the island here in the next few years. So Jane, it's so great to have you on board. Some of the other members, many of you may know also. Megan French is here, Director of External Relations. Sandra Roberts was here. Oh, there's Sandra. Andrew Winters, who you're going to hear from in a little bit. Jennifer Klein. Jennifer's here. Diana Allegretti is next to Jen. And Jonathan Labuti. So Andrew, Jennifer, Diana, and Jonathan are really the core of our project development team on our campus. In addition, we have some terrific partners I want to introduce. First is Kate McNeil from Fourth City Radnor, as well as Liz Canella. Thank you for coming. From Hudson Related, we have Ariana Sachs Rosenberg. Right here. Thank you. From Pell Environmental Services, Eric Dominant. You'll hear from Eric soon. And finally, Field Operations is Karen Tamir. Thank you, Karen. Okay, so you've met a lot of our folks. What I'm going to do now is turn this over to Andrew. And what we really want to focus on today is we're going to give you a brief overview of our campus planning. I know a lot of you have seen this. So we'll go quickly, but we just want to remind you what our plans are and really give you the overall vision, because it's been a while since we've done that. Then we do want to talk specifically about demolition and barging, which is the current phase we're in now. We just started. And finally, we want to touch on open space. So I believe Karen will talk a little bit about our plans for that. So let me turn this over to Andrew.